All right, welcome everybody to How To Wednesday. We do this it's so weird. We do this every Tuesday and Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern time. On Tuesday, we call it How To Tuesday. On Wednesday, we call it How To Wednesday. And I'll tell you a bit about how To Tuesday and How To Wednesday works. I'll fill you in, tell you everything that I can, probably more than I should, about all things that are happening around Nowsite. Okay, cool. We'll go over a few things. And then I am recording Christy inside of our group. We're streaming live inside of the Facebook group, which means, hey, if anybody ever says they're streaming live, that means it's stuck in there in the group. So it's recording. And then what we do is we just start raising our hands and seeing if we can stump Cheryl Coco, ask some great questions, and I'll help you get all of your questions answered. That's How To Tuesday and How To Wednesday works. So let's go over some things that are happening in and around Nowsite. So if you are watching the recording and you weren't here for the first few minutes that we got started in, we have a friend here, Robert, who is like, hey, guess what? I heard about that selfie AI thing. That looks really cool. So I was trying to zip it, not share very much or as much as I could. So if I overshare, we're all just going to go, Robert made her do it. And that's our story and we're sticking to it. Okay. So selfie AI, we're going to talk all about on Thursday. That's the time when I'm really allowed to spill the beans at 12 noon Eastern time. Super cool, super fun, like point click caption. It's really, really cool. I'm really stoked about it. Maybe because I do take quite a bit of selfies. But, you know, if you're a picture taker, if you're a scene taker, if you're at the events and you're taking the pics, you're snapping the photos or whatever, then look, this is for you. Anybody who's branding themselves, right? I mean, come on. You got to snap a selfie once in a while. You got to, capture the scene that you're in. So really, really cool. Super stoked about that. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. We're going to hang out and share all that we can. Janine Iverson Kid, seeing you around quite a bit, whether it's on video or here. Love to you. Nice to see you. Okay, so that's a bit about Selfie AI. We also had Kevin, who's my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, besides Michelangelo. Kevin Davis said, hey, you know what? I saw that contact mapping thing, quite a bit of updates inside of our CRM. And I believe it was Arba maybe who was like, yeah, that happened to me. I saw it too. So we're going to see if we can share a bit about those CRM updates to all of you. And we'll probably, well, not probably, we'll of course mention it for sure tomorrow at 12 and kind of go maybe a little more in depth. I take pictures like every 6 minutes. Elaine is my soulmate. I feel like, say cheese, click. I'm with you. I feel you, right? I don't want to miss a thing. So, for sure, same. So look, we are going to take a look inside of our contacts section, and we're going to talk about some of the updates to our contact section really quick. All right, I'm going to share my screen. And this is inside of my account. And right here in contacts, under my contacts, you can see all, I don't know how many times I got to say contacts, but you can see all of my contacts in the contact section under my contacts. Go figure. I'm just going to choose a contact. This is Melissa Reed, right? It could be a contact that you've uploaded, a contact that you've added, a contact that has come through your funnel, maybe you've added, it's up to you, right? But we have these additions here that are really, really cool. And one says rotations and one says follow-up. Now, look, I'm not going to pretend to be the expert here. Adrian is by far the expert. Obviously, if you know Adrian, he's our head of business development. He'll go into it and describe all the great things. I'm just a huge fan of these features. So I'll tell you what I love about them most. So rotations, I feel like, is super personal to me. And this is one that I didn't realize that I was doing when I was doing it. So inside of my like cell phone or in my notes when I would get done, if I had a leader, a friend, an aunt, as somebody that I want to keep in contact with, what I would do is set a reminder to like maybe call that person every month or every 2 months, right? I always use a good friend of mine. His name's John Cini. Never been in a. He'd probably be like, okay, there she goes talking about me. But I've only done maybe a business or two together in the past. But he'd be like, man, you're the queen of follow up. But it wasn't about following up to me. It was about that relationship and remembering that person and putting them in a rotation, because I wasn't following up to be like, hey, are you ready to join my business now? It was more about this, hey, I'm putting you in a rotation of remember. I'm remembering you and letting you know, hey, what's up? I'm still here. There are people like that that you know right now. Think of all of the people. Pete's in-depth thinking right now, right, Pete? There he goes, right? I love you, Pete. I'm teasing. But look, there are people in your list right now that maybe you've done business with in the past or that you know, and right now might not be the perfect time or the fit for that person. But are we just like, nah, I'm not friends with them anymore? No, we can put them in a rotation and you never know. This is a really, really powerful story. I think one of my favorites through contact mapping, because that's the backstory of Tom and Justin, right? Tom was constantly kind of reaching out to Justin. He had him in his rotation. Hey, what's up? How are you? Not really like, you know, talking business, but the connection stayed really strong because he added him to a rotation. And this is what you can do. And it's one of my favorite things for rotations of remember. So you can set a start date, you know, hey, we're going to start this day. And then you could repeat every, I don't know, month. And every month on the 15th, right, you'll get reminded, hey, call Melissa. Hey, call Melissa. Hey, call Melissa. Or, hey, send Melissa a message. Hey, send Melissa a message. And you could just hit the save every month on the 15th day. Now, I'm going to stop sharing to see, are we with it? Do we get it? Do we understand how this practice can really just kind of keep us in contact with those that we know, like, trust, love, whatever? Yes, Pete?
Hey, Cheryl. So if I don't have anyone, if I've got some old contacts that have not really been added in to Nowsite, into our contact manager or anything like that, could I just go in and kind of manually add the odd person in
Yeah,
and get the details and things like that so that I can be prompted to contact them in whichever way I want? Yeah.
yeah. So, all right. Super fun, really simple, really easy, a little advanced though, okay? You can ask people to fill in a okay, marketing. Like, all right, back it up. If you're brand new and you're like, no, I don't build websites, yeah, it's fun, like put your earmuffs on. But if you're a little like, hey, I can do that, and listen, you can tell I have kids with the earmuffs. That's so funky. Okay. Have you ever asked for people to fill in information without actually trying to sell to them? Try it. It's okay. You're not asking to add them to a list, but you can certainly have a website that's like, hey, I just want to make sure my contact info is updated with yours. I'm not going to send you anything. I'm not going to email anything. I'm not going to whatever. But I just want to make sure that I got you. You can ask them for their name, their email, the phone number. What's your favorite color? Do you like dogs or cats? And it can become fun. Like, have you ever seen a tip jar at the end of a counter and it's like, men or women? Who tip better? And you're like, throwing it in there, right? Like, people love to tell you about them, and it doesn't have to necessarily be right to like get on a list or get some marketing material or whatever. It can literally be for the fact of putting them into rotations or putting them into a follow-up, and they work really well, and I really love them, and they're non-threatening. So your form can look ugly. Stop with the pretty, and I want you to take 45 minutes to create one. It could be ugly. No one cares. You're just like, name, email, phone number, what's your favorite color? Do you prefer dogs or cats? Thanks so much. They're going to submit, and they'll all be inside of your CRM. And what you can do is naturally put them into a rotation, right? I'm going to rotate with that guy in 2 weeks. And you're not spamming them or putting them on a list or emailing them or whatever. You're just going, yo, Joe, what's up? How you doing? How's life in Alaska? Remember me? Because if you can, as we know, like, I think one of the things that I'm really impacted by, or I try to take away from the contact mapping and what I've learned through those guys, is people love knowing what you love about them, right? Like, talk about them. You do that really easily, right? It's like when you ever meet, like, if you've been in network marketing for a while or whatever, it's like they're like taproot. I don't know, but it's a term we like to use. We're like, taproot, get to know everybody. Do you know the people in your organization's names, the color of their carpet? Do you know their dogs' names, their kids' names, their, whatever, what they like, what they don't like? And it's a way to continue to keep them into a rotation or keep people into a rotation. That's why I say, ask some silly questions. You could say, you don't want to like bog them down with like a Q&A. This ain't Jeopardy. But you could be like, what's your favorite color? Which, do you prefer dogs or cats? So the next time you rotate and you follow up with them, be like, yo, what's the deal with the cats? Why are they better than dogs? Like, just to, kind of catch up. But it puts them in this rotation, and you could easily, point is, Pete, I know you wanted to add them one by one, but we can easily start to get those people on rotation really quickly. It's going to be those tough people, right? The like influencers, gurus, the people that are like little, I ain't getting on that list, but you might have to add manually because you're not really marketing to them. You're just putting them into a rotation. Cool. Super effective, right? I think for a long time, people would be like, man, you are like the queen of follow-up. And to me, it wasn't really following up. It was just, hey, I'm just remembering you, reaching out. How's it going? Okay. So think of it like that. So that's one of the new kind of things inside of Nowsite. Super useful, easy to do. And there's also follow-ups, which is different. Okay. What's the time period, or do you have a specific date that you want to follow up with? This has an objective. Follow up with me. I said I had to talk to my wife first before I get started with you. Follow up with me. I'm interested. I just don't have enough money right now. Follow up with me. I'm interested. It's just not the right time for me. Follow up with me. We're supposed to get on a Zoom on Tuesday, right? It's like specific with an objective where you can add a note, right? So I can say, set a reminder for 2 days from now. And I'm going to say something like, we booked a meeting, meet her on Zoom at 12:30. She liked the video. Okay. And you can see so that you know. All right. There's different notes and lists and detail. Let's see the details. Details, some history, like how you've reached out, but you can always go into this follow-ups section here, as far as I understand. There we go, book a meeting. I can edit it, and I can see the note that I added to it. One of the things that I love to do in the notes section or in my cell phone sections, I'll see if I can find one here. This is actually like a woman who introduced me to network marketing a very long time ago, 10 years ago or so. And here, without knowing I was doing it, right? I was just like, I can't remember anything. I'm so squirrel all the time that this is what my notes look like. And they look like that for a lot of people. And I add them so my conversation would be like, hey, Tracy, how's Joshua? That's her son. Because I want to remember, like, how's things going? What is she like? And those are things that are much better serving you inside of your CRM, where you can add lists. You'll soon be able to sort, like, think of the future of where Nowsite's going. If you're putting people in rotations, you're adding notes, you're adding people to follow-ups, you're doing some certain lists, we continue to get into this like search capability. What if you could search everybody that did a certain thing? Or, you know, had something in common. So adding them to your CRM is always a really great idea. Pete, you took me on a journey. So did Kevin Davis.
Thanks, Cheryl. I always got more than I bargained for. Thank you.
Steve, thank you. So Kathy says, is there a calendar so you can see all your reminders you set up? So there's not a calendar where you can see all of the reminders that you set up. However, there's this, right? And it's your daily checklist. So you could whoosh through or go through or whatever it is that you want to go through your daily checklist, and you can kind of go through and take a look here. But I believe that, you know, that may get an update as well. Cool. So yeah, it's on all plans. Good to go inside of your CRM. We have up next Robert, who loves to make you spill the tea. Robert, what's up?
Always happy to stir the pot. Hey, Cheryl.
Hey.
I love your sessions, by the way. So my succinct question is, I've been a contact mapping user, a customer for some time. And Adrian mentioned that we'll be able to integrate, because I spent quite a bit of work over there. And so what's our next step if we are a current contact mapping customer?
Great question. I'm going to, you know, tell you what I know, because that's what I do. So there's some integration there, right? Where your contacts are kind of put into this, like with all of the info that you have, right? Kind of get merged into the system. Adrian's on that big project that he's actually finishing up super soon. I don't want to say this week because I get people very excited, but it's super close. Like he is on it. So I know that that's in play, taking place, and I know that Adrian is, I mean, he's great about staying on top of stuff. So he has been on that, really trying to take care of that for everybody. If you want to follow up with him, or we can talk to him about it tomorrow during the 12 noon session. But yeah, I know that's something big that he's working on.
So they're taking the initiative there.
Yeah. So you're saying like what big project? I'm just saying that contact mapping had users, had people that have contacts and stuff in there. What they're trying to do is make sure that those contacts kind of get moved into Nowsite, as far as I understand. No, right, Robert? You with me? Yeah. So that's, I believe, what Robert was asking about, correct?
Yeah. Again, for the people in the group, there's a lot of people that were already customers just with contact mapping before the partnership ever happened. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So there we go. Thanks, Pat. I haven't heard me say whoosh in a long time. That's my technical term, right? Tanya says the contact form will be created with the landing page. Yeah. I'm going to show you how ugly, but how fast this could be, but how effective, okay? So remember, ugly is okay. Stop the madness. Effective is better, right? So I would go here to my websites. I'm going to say add new. And I'm going to go, nah, I want to build it myself. Don't freak out. Just do nah, I want to build it myself. And you're going to choose this blank template because we're not going to worry about if it's cute, right? We're going to click it. We're going to change this update contact info. Who knows? Contact me. Then I'm going to say none. Create a website URL, like, you know, updating my info. Nothing serious because you don't want people thinking you're adding them to the list. Just chatting, updating info, whatever. Click submit. Ready? Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Drop over a headline. Hi. And then put, I don't know, I'm winging it. Okay. Then you're going to grab a customer form, whoosh it over, and you can add whatever fields that you want. This one says name, email address. I would probably do something like, I don't like the phone number here, so I'm going to do like large text box. I'm going to add. Oh, no, maybe not. Let me see. See, you're seeing it like right on the fly. Text field. Add. And I'm going to say, here, phone number. And I'm not going to make it required, right? Then I can do something like checkbox. Add. I don't know. Maybe I got to do radio buttons. It's okay. Radio button. Add. All right. I just put the smiley face, right? Because it's supposed to be fun. Okay. Then I can do something like large text block. And I could say, what's your favorite color? Something like that. Okay. And instead of doing like register on the button, you could do something like, I would probably do this though. Okay. And then the action could be no action at all. All right. So, maybe I'll just do it like that. Save. If this isn't the ugliest, but it gets the point across, right? Everybody that would put their info in is now on my contact list. I know a bit more about them. I could add them to my rotations. I can add them to follow up. I'm not trying to do anything but update my info. And it's super fun, super simple, super easy, right? Anybody could have did that. I love
So
I'm sorry.
you could use that in place of any kind of landing page. I mean, that's such an easier feel.
Yeah. Right? Like I don't
Wow.
need to always have
Wow.
be opting in to like get something. I could just be like, hey, I'm just trying to hang out with you. Thanks for being a friend. I'm not put like if I was adding them to an email list or something, that would be different. I would have to tell them what they were opting into, right? But here I'm just saying, yo, want to be a friend? Let me add you to my rotation and remember, cool, great. And if I go to that, what's the thing I'm going? Am I like, I ain't filling that out? No. Like, I don't have the same kind of preconceived notion of like, I'm filling out a form to get on her list so that she can, update me on her next book. Anyway, food for thought. Elaine, you're next.
I think I forgot what I was. Oh, I know. When you. So is this on everybody's plan?
Yep.
Okay, okay. So I just got just to tell you what you're talking about. I just got today. I had a friend of mine. She was in my business, and she just dropped off. Didn't say where, when, why, how. So
Yeah.
I was concerned, and I would send her a little message. She didn't respond. This went on for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have a rotating list. This would be greater, but I kept just saying, I know you're not going to answer me. I hope you're okay. I'm just worried and concerned. Today, she sent me a text. I want to get back in the business. I appreciate so much that you didn't let me go and forget about me. And it works. I mean, she was just so appreciative that I kept in touch. And I actually said to her, well, I consider you my friend. Honestly, if you weren't, I wouldn't have kept in touch, but I was concerned. I mean, I just, tell it like it is. And that's the truth. If she wasn't a good friend, I wouldn't have kept in touch.
Yeah,
But I probably should do it for everybody.
just like we don't know how far yo, how you doing could go. Well, it might not be yo, how you doing in your world, but in my world, it's yo, how you doing, right? So you don't know how far that can go. It's really cool, and I really love that story. And you're a good. Thank you for being a friend. Sorry, there you go, Elaine.
My favorite show.
Mine too. Oh, look.
Except I am a golden girl.
When I can't sleep at night, you can count on it's that or Seinfeld. We're learning too much about me. Cled, please help me.
How's everybody today? I think you covered this a couple of weeks ago, but I forgot it. My kids scribbled over it. How do I upload contacts from my phone to what Nowsite?
Okay, let me show you.
I've got a Galaxy, if that makes any difference.
You know what? I am right now testing Eric AI on mobile. So let me see if I can. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a try just for you.
All righty, we all appreciate it. I know. I'm asking for others.
Let me do this here. No, that's not gonna work. Why ain't you working? No. Okay. There are just some things. Okay, I'm gonna do that. See if I can. Okay, it's gonna say no internet connection for a really great reason. Okay, I just don't want some of the notifications to come up, or I'll be giving away all the great things that are coming soon. Come on, here we go. All right. Share your screen. Mine says no internet connection, because I don't want notifications to come through. But see the top right-hand cornerish thing?
Yes.
That's where you add, or you can add all of your contacts from there. You have to give it permissions, probably inside of the settings section, but it's there.
So how do I upload the contacts from my phone to Nowsite is the question.
Yeah, so if you're in your Nowsite app,
Yes.
right?
So upload as a list.
I think I don't know if it's as a list. You probably might not need to ask support this one, but all I did was go to contacts. Like you can see all of mine in here. There's like 12,000 or something, right?
Yeah.
Contacts. I click add, and then it says add all the contacts from your phone, and I just said yes. Mm-hmm.
Is that on Android or iPhone?
This is an iPhone.
Okay, well.
It's
It
also
does the same thing on Android though too. I just did it on mine.
Yeah, I did too.
So it looks like nothing.
Right.
Uh-huh. And it's like import, oh, and then would like to access your contacts, you hit allow and it'll import them all.
Export.
Yeah. All right. Moving with the times there,
Got
Cled.
it. All right. Thank you very much.
Yay. I waved. Harbo, what's happening?
Hey,
Hey.
ho,
No.
how do you go? No, okay. So, I always talk about being technical. And on top of that, I'm a type A. And
No.
yeah, so
No way.
it's like do it now and get to the point. But anyway, so I try to always try to massage or sandwich it. That's what my coach is saying.
Mhm.
And just how bad I am. And sometimes I'll message her in the morning and I'm like, bam, I'm just going right to the point. And then she'll reply back, good morning. You know? So anyway, so let me start with a question. So that was my personal before I just jump in with the question. With the example that you showed of being able to update our contacts, do you know if they will have a field for birthday, especially since birthday is already a field on the contact in our CRM? So birthday is a field in the CRM. For those of us who are not very personable, I could then at least know to rotate someone
Yeah.
that's birthday. So my question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, that was my one question. And then I just wanted to encourage others that may I don't care if you're introvert. Well, I don't say I don't care. That's one of my type A. Anyway, whether you're technical or introvert, and I have learned that people do like you to follow up with them because I recently had to change my payment processors, my online payment processor, and I've had clients that have been with me since like 2003, and I dreaded contacting them and telling them I have to change payment processing. I just wanted to send an email, just click this email and just like so I can change the payment processor. And some of them weren't doing it. So it's like, oh my God, I got to call them. So I
Yeah.
called them and they were like, hey, Arba, it's good to hear from you. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. So I'm just confirming that, yeah, people do, even if they're your long-term customers, they like to hear from you. And so this rotation thing is really going to help me to be able to be more personable.
Yeah. I'm with you. Right. Like it is about taking that time out to be like, yo, what's up? How's things going? Right. Or send a voice note, or even, especially when you start to get to know personalities, like, I'm like, this person would appreciate a call. This person would appreciate if I don't call, but if I send a text and say it anyway. Like, I know my people that would really appreciate if I didn't call.
Right.
You know, those people, right? You're like, hey, what's up? Just checking in. Hope you're doing well, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yo, great to hear from you. But if I would have called, right, they're just not the calling kind. So
Yeah.
kind of getting to know your people.
But we have to get there. We have to get there.
Yeah.
That's like a woman in my Bible study that she just does reach out. And so she asked, she said, I'd like to reach out to you just to see how you're doing or whatever. I said, you can just text me.
And that's a great question on your like form. Do you like cats or dogs? What's your favorite color? I like, you can put something like in the large text block. I don't like when people call me. I prefer when people just text me, even if it's a, hey, what's up? What do you like best?
Right. Right.
You can make it a radio button. Do you like to be called or like, I don't like the radio button because it seems so like formal, like you're actually gonna, you know, I would, but when you add your kind of personal touch and you're like, I don't really like to call. What do you like? Do you like to be called or do you like a text? I think it's a really great question.
Yeah. And what's funny about it, and I'm gonna just leave it at that, is that even though I told her, I was like, yeah, don't call me, just text me. So she texts me, how are you doing today? Just thinking about you, whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice, and then I just text her back, but that was a lot quicker than a phone call. So
Right? I mean, we try. We try.
yeah.
I am trying to at the same time look in my test flight here because I know that the Apex is going to ask me about the clear button. Hello.
Well, yes, I was.
Yep, yep.
And
But
it's not there. I waited 168 hours.
I believe you did. Hold on, because I really do have an update on it.
But the
0.5.
update was last week. We were supposed to have it this week.
So, by the way, Apex and I are like this. Sometimes we're so cool that I can just like read his mind. And so his question to me is, do we have the clear button on the Nowsite mobile app? At least that's one of his questions. And right now, what I'm trying to do is update my app to show him if the clear button is there because I'm looking at some updates from our mobile team. So if you see me fiddling, that's why. But Apex, do you have any other questions while I'm looking?
No, not today.
You just want
Oh,
to,
actually, you know what? I do. I have one more question.
don't you dare ask me about tomorrow.
Okay, how about this? How about this? Let's
Okay.
reword it. Let's reword it.
Got it.
What is getting ready to happen that you're the most excited about outside of how they're going to try to reword tomorrow? What exactly is happening?
Feature wise, I would say that I'm super excited about selfie AI because I feel like it's a really relatable, really easy to use and probably fun. Like it's like the most fun, like you could use it all day just to see kind of like basically it could be like I don't want to give too much away, but you don't have to do very much prompting other than what does this face or this image inspire, like what caption is inspired by this face or this image, which is often kind of like, if you've ever taken a selfie, you're like, what goes with this? What am I trying to say? Like I know what I'm trying to say, and it's really just on point every time. So that's really cool. But for me, I think the biggest announcements or biggest thing that are happening is stuff nobody knows about that we haven't talked about that will either announce Saturday or Monday. And there is like nothing on the docket to even bring it to your attention that you would be like, oh yeah, I knew. No, you didn't.
Is that secretive, huh?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Hmm.
Okay.
So how's that update coming?
I don't have it yet. I'm looking.
I want my princess.
Oh no. We also have like look there's not only like Saturday I think is a big deal. I think some of the like future like collaborations, things like that people don't know about are also really exciting, and you'll see more of us kind of just like everywhere in the space, which is really cool. So looking forward to that as well. But selfie AI is really really fun. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it because it's right on my like level of woohoo, this is exciting. Kathy Foley, if I can get in that ship with you, if you have extra room, let me know. Okay, I would love to see that background. Just add me to it. I'm gonna come on over, float in the sky with you. Looks like fun. All right, read it. Really?
Hello. I just wanted to say thank you so very much. And I'm just amazed at the product process that's been going on. And I have been a member almost a year now, but just to see every month, it seems like there's something coming out. My question is, behind the scenes, is there like a think tank, or how do the ideas to incorporate certain things, how does that work? And is part of it coming from members of things that they want to see, or is this just a bigger vision?
So a part of it, like, we have an inner core group, and we're always helping with product development and things like that. We do have the Now Club, which meets every Friday at 11:30. It does have a cost to that group or that kind of session, or to be a part of that Now Club. They're some of our longest standing Now site members in that group. Lots of people with 6-7 years or more that have been with us, including some newer people. I believe Pete just joined us. Pete is, loves Nowsite, likes to be involved. We talk a lot in that group, especially, probably the most about, like, it's typically Justin and I, or whatever, but we're really going into, what do you like best? It's more of a mastermind than anything else. What do you like best? Where do you see struggles at? How do you like the onboarding? What did you want to see differently? But I think it's the knowledge or wherewithal from that group and understanding the direction that we're going in as well. So they're really great at talking about the direction or changes or things that they want to see within the product, and who they understand who our market is actually for and where we're going. So that is basically like a really great brainstorming session overall, as well as we have incredibly intelligent people on the back end that are, part of our development team, always looking into AI and resources and how things work and what's the next thing that can come out and how it can apply to the product. And then, being like, I'm with you guys every day. So it makes sense that all of these people kind of collaborate and talk about how the technology can serve the people best and what people are looking for. And can we make it understandable enough and enjoyable enough for the common person to actually want to do it, right? Will it sound like them? One of the things I think that a lot came out of this is, like, at the beginning of AI, if you remember that, like, very beginning, it's like people were selling like prompt books. It's like, no one wants your prompt. Like, no offense, like, I'm sorry, but like, nobody's doing it. Like, you're not gonna get 99% of people aren't, they're right. Like, they just want to be able to click a button and get the results from the prompt that's happening. Then it became like, I can smell your AI from here. Like, you can hear the tone. You can, like, the AI is always unveiling something. Like, it has its own language. How do I get it to sound like me? And it becomes more flexible, but in its flexibility, it becomes technical as well. You can do this with it. You can do that with it. And people are like, you can make entire movies with it. And it's like, whoa, dude, chill. You can, who's been studying this, but like, can we like make it easy and one clickable for the common person, right? How will this apply to their business? And especially given the niche that we are specifically in, right? I always like to tell people, you remember, especially if you're in network marketing, I'll say this specifically before we go. I'll say, odds are you like the business that you're in because you like your business, whether you like, I don't know, health and wellness, whether you like to travel. If you had I'm hungry. So if you had like a cupcake shop, you like cupcakes, right? You like to bake cookies, right? You like real estate, you like insurance, you like skincare, you like makeup, you like this, you like that. But nobody ever said to you, with a side of marketing. Like, you're gonna have to know this with a side of like you're gonna have to know marketing too. Like, that's not a lot of the group that we're serving's passion. Isn't like, hey, I wanted to wake up and do marketing too. It's a side effect of the business that they chose. So the best thing that you could do is make it simple, make it easy, make it enjoyable for these people so that they can get back to doing what they love or share what they love, right? And not make marketing the thing that they love. It's having the knowledge and knowing, like, most people don't wake up going, I love marketing just like Cheryl Coco. Like, no, you didn't know, right? But we want to make the tools simple and easy. I don't know if that helps, but if you like that kind of thing and that brainstorming and you're really like head over heels Nowsite and you want to be inside of like the insider group and you want to know like where the brainstorming comes from and how like the customers have like this inside edge or advantage to the development and all of that stuff. If you're like nerdy nerd, right? Like Rita, I'm just kidding, Rita, I love you. But yeah, Jeremy, I thank you. Where's Jeremy? Jeremy hiding behind something. Is that you? There he is. Jeremy, like, you ever have that one? I would be like, Jeremy, like, I either hit you or hug you, both. Yes, thank you. Right? Like, can you
I had to learn marketing out of necessity because they don't really teach you the things that we've learned out of certain books, certain popular books over the last decade. Like if I can actually say them, like the Secrets trilogies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. You're taught to sell, sell, sell. Well, most people don't want to buy unless they know certain things or want to know the story behind it.
Yeah. Very good. Right? You had to learn it out of necessity. We need to learn it. We're all, most of us are Jeremy. If we're trying to be honest with ourselves, right? Like, and it changes, right? We be like, what used to work in the past doesn't always work, or it's coming back around, or it's harder to get people to opt in, and all the things like that people don't want to spend their time learning all about. But yeah.
And you're right, it does change over time. I've been in the network marketer for over 20 years, but you are absolutely right, and Jeremy is right that they never mention that word. They tell you what to do, but they never tell you that it is a skill set that you have because you are marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I can appreciate that totally.
And
I am kind of nerdy, by the way.
my daughter plays ice hockey, right? And because I'm always thinking of marketing and she's in the middle of tryouts, but I say, as soon as she walks in the door, I say, Bella, everything you do right now is marketing, sweetheart, and your whole life you're marketing right now. From the attitude when you walk in the door till you walk out and get in this car, you are marketing. Are you aware of your marketing? And I tell my kids, be aware of your marketing. And it just kind of gives them a different perspective than be aware of your attitude, be aware. And I'm not bragging, it's just the perspective because I'm marketing all the time. In my mind, I am. So it's probably placed in their mind, right? So when she was done, she walked right up to the coach and was like, thank you so much, coach. I'm Bella Coco. I really appreciate your time here today during tryouts. Looking forward to speaking with you more. And she shook her hand and she walked away. And then she went to each one of the kids that were part of the group and said, great job. I thought you were awesome. And she got in the car and was like, how was my marketing?
That was amazing. And if kids did that, they'd have a better jump on life. Go, mom.
But if she has a bit of an attitude, I mean, come on, she's 12. if I would have told her, watch your attitude, she would have went in there thinking that she had to be the boss of everybody. Because that's how she rolls, right? She got her shoulders up and chip on her shoulder all the time, and I got to be tough. So it was just, we are marketing all the time. It's just an awareness of how you're marketing, right? Like, or what you're marketing and how. The Now Club does meet on Fridays, I think. Chrissy, I do believe Rita probably knows more than I do. It's $49 a month. We meet on Fridays at 11:30. We do not record them any longer. We were giving away way too much really private info on there, where we started to get scared of the info that we were sharing. We're like, nah, we're not recording these. Yeah. So I don't know. They're fun, but yeah, it's quite a bit of a brainstorming session. So super cool. And hopefully that helps. But look, that's kind of like where it all stems from. We love it and we're super passionate about it. And our biggest things in behind the scenes is, this should come next. No, this should come next. No, this should. No, this should. Tell me how passionate you are about it. And we are all very passionate about what we love about Nowsite, which makes it really, really wonderful to see things come together. So thank you for asking. Long spiel today, but tomorrow we'll get into Selfie AI and learning more about Selfie AI, which is super duper fun. That's at 12 noon Eastern time. We'll talk to Adrian, who will give us a much better tour than I did of contact mapping and those features kind of live in rotations. But I'm glad that you all like them, love them, get people into rotation. They're super awesome. And I can't wait to see you all tomorrow, because this is like fun. Like, if like, you're the fun one or you like a little bit of fun, this one's going to be super duper fun. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love to you all. Thanks so much for having me. Bye.